Hello everyone, welcome back to the Farm Tips. I'm Prevence, and if you're new here, I'm thrilled to have you on my channel. Today, I want to share something near and dear to my heart, the wonderful world of chicken rearing. Whether you're a seasoned chicken farmer or just curious about starting your own flock, you're in the right place. We have hosted a poultry and piggery farmer called Mwebesa Oscar, a farmer from Kachika division in Mbarara City, and he will be telling us more about brooding, feeding, healthcare, and even some fantastic deep projects for your coop. So he will share the experiences, answer your questions, and hopefully inspire you to embark on your own poultry adventure. And guess what? In the upcoming videos, I'll be bringing in seasoned chicken farmers to share their insights and tips. Whether you're a newbie or seasoned pro, there is always something new to learn in the world of chicken rearing. Subscribe and join the flock. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. It's going to be a crawling good time, and I would love to have you as part of my loving community. Okay, let me hope you have subscribed and you have hit that notification bell. Now let's talk to Mwebesa Oscar and he tell us his journey. Oscar, what breed or breeds of chicken do you raise during the first 3 months?
Yes, by names of Mwebesa Oscar, a chicken and poultry and piggery farmer, and we are here stationed in Nyakabungo Sale, Rebishuri, Kachika division, Mbarara municipality, Mbarara city. Here we have two types of chicken. We have the broilers and croilers. Broilers are these white ones, purposely for meat, which mature in 1 month up to about 2 months. Yes, but for us here, we mainly produce broilers which are 1.3 kilograms in weight when it's dressed, because that's what our customers need. Because for us here, we supply hotels and they want quality chicken.
Could you explain your brooding setup and the temperature control measures you implement for day-old chicks?
Yeah, the brooding, what's important in brooding is setup of the brooder. It doesn't have to be too big and it doesn't have to be too small, depending on how many chicks you're bringing. For example, when I'm bringing 300, like the ones inside here, I make a brood of 3 meters by 4 for 300. That's optimum space for them, not to collide, but have some free space to move around. Yeah, so that when you put in your skills, the heat doesn't become too much and expel the chicks. Yeah, it becomes optimum. The temperature in the brooder shouldn't be too high, but it should be above the normal room temperature, because they have to feel as if they are under the mother's wings for the warmth. That's why we use those gills to give out that heat. Yes.
Oh, what type of feed do you provide for the different growth stages of the chicken during this period?
When we bring these chicks, day one, we give them pre-starter pellets. Those are small particles to the size of millet. They're small so that those young chicks can swallow them easily. When we feed that for 1 week. After 1 week, we bring in starter pellet. Those cereals are a bit bigger than the pre-starter, because by 1 week the chicks have grown a bit, so we give them a slightly bigger pellet. That goes for almost also another week. So in the brooder we take 2 weeks and they feed on those 2 different pellets. After the brooder, we open up, like you see these ones here. Then you buy either concentrate. A concentrate is a ready prepared meal with all the ingredients that the chicken needs. So you mix that with broken maize. Yeah.
Wonderful. So how do you manage the health and vaccination schedule for the chicks during these essential months?
Vaccination, we get the schedules from the suppliers. For example, when you bring in the chicks, they are already vaccinated for Malik's disease and Newcastle. So on 7th day, so that's 1 week after you have brought, you again vaccinate Newcastle. Then on the 14th day, you vaccinate Gomboro 1. 21st day, you vaccinate Gomboro 2. Then on the 28th day, those are 4 weeks, Newcastle IB. We stop there for the broilers because by then you are starting to sell off.
Can you share insights on the challenges you face during the early stages of chicken rearing and how you address them?
The challenge is, the first one is those chicks tend to crowd in the corners of the brooder. So you make sure that you put like a box in every corner so that the brooder has no corners where those chicks will compact themselves. So the second one is heating. If heat becomes less, those chicks will die. Or if it becomes too much, so you have to control the temperature to leave it at what exactly they need. When you use it, like us here, you can feel it when you are inside, even if you don't have a thermometer. Yeah, when you are inside the brooder, you know that this is what they need. Another challenge with chicks is if you use bigger drinkers, those chicks will fall in the water. So we use small drinkers where the chick cannot fall. I think those are the challenges in the brooder. Then more challenges in the old ones, diseases, because there is coccidiosis. We have we call it the cough. The cough, it has its biological name, but the cough and the coccidiosis, those are the main challenges in this chicken. But we tend to prevent. You don't wait for them to become sick. You go buy medicines and keep protecting them against those diseases.
What are your biosecurity measures to prevent diseases in the flock during the first 3 months?
Biosecurity measures, we put these small mesh so that birds don't enter much as it's hard, but we try our best. Then we have different shoes for every house. When you're going to those chicken, you put different shoes. And of course, we don't allow, in most cases, these outside people to enter the chicken houses.
How do you monitor and ensure proper growth and development?
We have a weighing scale here, a digital scale. So, like on a weekly basis, you sample and see if there is growth, if there is weight gain, or if it's not there. But still, we can do it manually. For example, me, when I pick it and lift the chicken, I know that, yeah, it has increased. Because even slaughtering, in most cases, I don't need that scale. When I hold it, I know that this is 1 kilo. This is 1.1, 1.2. Yeah, so that's how we monitor.
Could you elaborate on the housing conditions and space requirements for chickens during this period?
Space requirement for broilers. Broilers don't need a lot of space, like the broilers up. For example, this one is 20 feet by 12. It accommodates 500 if you want to feed it broilers, which is not the case for broilers. The broilers need more space than broilers because for them they move around. So they need more space than broilers.
What specific considerations do you have for ventilation and lighting in the brooding area?
The brooding area, when you're covering, because you have to cover so that heat doesn't move out very fast, so that it concentrates within the brooder. But you have to leave the upper part open, not upper part of the roof, upper part of the covering that you are putting inside, so that the smoke that may come from the sigiri can move out. And the ventilation air exchange can take place because when those chicks stay in the brooder for like 1 week, then the litter starts to get a little bit wet and ammonia builds up. So aeration is needed. That's why we don't cover the upper part. Yes. Then the lighting, we use these big bulbs which can light the whole brooder, so that each and every chick, wherever it is, it can see the drink and the feeder.
How do you manage the transition from brooding to a more open environment as chickens grow?
For us here, because we have one big coop, the same place where we set up the brooder is the same place where we expand. So after the 12th week, no, the second week, we remove the coverings of the brooder and shift the barrier towards the open space, so that the space within which the chicks are expands, as depending on how they are growing. Yeah, because we expand on 2 weeks, then about 2.5 weeks we expand again, depending on how they are fitting in the house. But some people have different a brooder somewhere and the chicken house somewhere. So you brood there, then you lift the chicks and put them in another house, which inconveniences the chicken. Yes, you give them stress. So for us here, we don't shift them, we only expand on the space.
So what indicators do you look for to identify any potential health issues in the flock?
In most cases, we check in the droppings, the color of the droppings. It changes depending on which disease they are having. Then the comb also changes, and the feathers. At times you see a chick shrinking and you know that there is a problem. Then you go for the confirmation in the droppings. When we look at the droppings, we know what is disturbing the chicken now, and we take action.
Oh, I didn't know that. How do you handle waste management and cleanliness in the chicken housing during this stage?
We have a compost pit outside here. For example, in the chicken here, we clean depending on when you see that the litter is getting wet. At times it can spend 4 days, it can spend a week. So there is no specific interval of cleaning. You clean when you see that it has become wet. But it's important that you don't let it become overweight, because the chicken will become sick. For that manure, we have people around who use it free of charge. They come here and pick if they want. And some people come and buy.
Can you provide information on the feeding schedule and any supplements you use for optimal growth?
Yeah, the feeding, apart from the earlier pellets we had talked about for the brooder, we give these chicken concentrate and broken. At times, we add fish. Already concentrate has some fish, but we add some more fish to give the chicken a good meal, which enhances their growth very quickly. For the like broilers, we put some greens from the gardens. Yeah, then we give some vitamins to boost the appetite, and to make them, you know, enjoy their. When you put in vitamins, you see a change. They become happy. They move here and there, meaning you have boosted their energy. Yeah, those are the supplements.
What strategies do you employ to minimize stress among the chickens during their first 3 months?
For stress, most important it's giving them enough space. You don't overcrowd them. Give them space so that they can move and play around. Plus those vitamins. Yes. Maybe for broilers, you put in some kind of patches. Patches, yeah, where they jump and play around.
How do you ensure a smooth integration of new chicks into the existing flock, if applicable?
When we have sold off the old stock, we clean the houses. Remove all the litter. First, leave the space, the house to dry off completely. You give it like 4 or 5 days. Then you spray disinfectants. In case to cure if there were some sicknesses, the disinfectant clears all that. Then after that, you can bring in new stock. But you don't bring in unless you have sprayed.
What advice do you have for someone considering starting chicken rearing during this initial phase?
The advice would be, first of all, to have a shelter. However small it can be. However small space someone has, as long as you can put a shelter which is about 10 feet by 10 feet, that's a big room, you can start. Yeah, and the capital for these broilers is not a lot. If you have 2 million, you can start, bring 100 birds, and you start from there. What's important is becoming courageous and being motivated. There is no space that you can't put chicken in. Yeah, even a room that someone sleeps in, you can put their chicken. It's a good business. It pays off, but it pays off when you have about 300 birds and above, because the fixed costs are a bit higher. So if you have like 100, to cover those fixed costs will take you some good months, because buying drinkers, feeders, construction becomes hard. But when the chicken is about 300 and above, you get the returns quickly and you cover those fixed costs, then you move on. Yeah, but it's a good business. When we came here, we first bought a plot of 50 by 50, which is occupied by that house of ours. Even these other houses you see inside, we bought afterwards. Then we have bought all this place and above, up here. Even that other orphanage is in our land now. And we get school fees for these children. Yeah, we are happy.
Alright, that's enough chatting from our farmer for now. I can't wait to embark on this adventure with you. Until next time, happy clucking. Bye bye.